Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on Seeking Sister Wife, Season 4, Episode 1, 2, and 3. We are discussing the Foley family. Now, I tried to watch Season 1, and I couldn't because I am not interested in polygamy. I am against it. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not going to be talking about polygamy. I'm going to be talking about the folks that live this lifestyle. So let's get started. So the Foley family, we have Brenda and Steve. So we see Steve performing for the camera. He is in the gym working out shirtless. That means he thinks he's hot. Steve, please put a shirt on. Nobody want to see your torso. Nobody's turned on by your torso. So Steve said him and his high school sweetheart had been married for 12 years. He said they met Brenda and they started hanging out. Steve explains that he explains it like they were just hanging out, and then they realized that they were dating Brenda. But that's not how it went down, Steve. A married couple don't just approach a young, single woman and just starts hanging out with her. That's not how it goes. Steve is trying to take us on a merry dance, which means I think he's lying. He's lying. Steve was looking for a sister wife. He was looking for another wife. He was looking for another wife when he approached Brenda. He said it out of his own mouth. Steve said him and his wife were living in Nevada, where polygamy was practiced, but by religious people. But him and his wife are LDS, Latter-day Saints. And polygamy is frowned upon with the LDS, with Latter-day Saints. In Nevada, polygamy is frowned upon. So they moved to Texas to get away from the Latter-day Saints because they want to practice polygamy, or he wanted to practice polygamy. So they move away from Nevada because it was frowned upon for them to be Latter-day Saints and practice polygamy. And he wanted to practice polygamy, so he moved away from Nevada. So you have to read between the lines with Steve. He's something else. And Steve is a total moron. He tells on himself. And Steve thinks he's hot. He thinks after 12 years of marriage and 2 kids, he wants other women to experience all of Steve because he thinks he is just so hot. He thinks he's hot. So Steve and his wife, they moved to Texas and they came across young Brenda and they pursued her. He even said when he saw Brenda with a Houston jersey on, that gave him the in to go talk to her. So why would you need an in to go talk to her if you weren't pursuing her? It's not like you see somebody out and you say, oh, that's a nice shirt, or oh, that's a nice hat, and you keep it moving. No, he said when he saw her with that Houston jersey on, that gave him an in to go approach her because he knew he was trying to find himself another wife. He said it out of his own mouth. He need to watch what he says or keep his mouth shut. And so he even told her that him and his wife, they just moved to Houston and they need somebody to show them around. See? That was the in, talking about the jersey, and then he just reeled her in. It's like fishing. He throws the line out and then reels her in. When he saw her with that jersey, that was a way of, starting to talk to her, start the conversation up. They said, hey, me and my wife, we just moved here, can anybody show us around? And, oh, I'll show you around. So they reeled young Brenda in because they were looking for a sister wife. That's why they moved out of Nevada. And I don't believe a word coming out of this man's mouth. He's full of crap. He claims that other people fed negativity into their relationship, so his wife left. That's what he says. But I say his wife decided to leave on her own because she didn't want to I have sinus problem. She didn't want to hang around and watch her wife have sex with a younger, beautiful woman. And that's what I said happened. But Steve said that, he says, ignorant people think that polygamy is glorified cheating. I don't think it's glorified cheating. I don't think it's cheating at all, because you're doing it in front of your spouse. Your spouse knows that you're going to have sex with this person. You go into the room, you shut the door, and you have sex with this person. So I think cheating is when they don't know that you're doing it. But so I don't think it's polygamy is cheating. So I don't know where he got that from. I don't know who thinks that. I don't think it's cheating. I think polygamy is just unfair. It's unfair to women. But that's my opinion. It's neither here nor there. That's not what we're talking about. So Steve also compared polygamy to having a dessert with whipped cream. Steve's an imbecile. He said he doesn't understand why his wife left. Didn't he just say his wife left because people were talking negatively about her, about polygamy? That's why she left? That's what he said. Now he's saying he doesn't understand why she left. You just told us why she left. He said they were happy. No, Sarah. She wasn't happy. You were happy. You were having sex with two different women whenever you felt like it. Her. Yeah. You were having sex with two different people whenever the hell you felt like it. You were happy. She was not happy. I don't know why she left. We were happy. Such an ass. He's a freaking clown. So now him and Brenda are pursuing this young girl, April, who's 21 years old. Steve is 48, and I think Brenda is 37 or 36, or maybe 38. She's in her late 30s, and he's in his late 40s. Yeah. So they're old enough to be her parents. So they're pursuing this young girl, 21 years old. Her name is April. They met her on social media. So Steve and Brenda are out on their boat, and they call April to meet them at the docks so that they can pick her up. Steve said he likes April because, get this, he said he likes April because she is cute and she has a great smile and she doesn't ask him any question about polygamy, the polygamy relationship. There's 1,000,001 cute women out here with nice smiles. So he would like her because she has a nice smile and she's cute? What about her heart? What about she's intelligent? What about she's has a great heart? What about she's caring, loving, sharing, giving? What about any of that? She's cute and she has a nice smile, so he likes her. And she doesn't ask me anything about polygamy. He's something, isn't he? Okay. So April is a young, chunky girl who is just happy that a rich man old enough to be her father is showing her attention. So all three of them, they are on the boat, and Steve takes off his shirt. Now all this time, Steve was on the boat with Brenda. Not once did he take his shirt off. But as soon as Brenda gets on the boat, he takes his shirt off. He's trying to show off for Brenda. He wasn't showing off for, he's showing off for April. He wasn't trying to show off for Brenda. Brenda can go suck an egg through a small hole. he shows off for April, the young girl, the 21-year-old girl. Something else. This man takes his shirt off. All of a sudden, the shirt comes off. Taking off the shirt is for April benefits, not for poor little Brenda's benefit. Let's just make that 100% clear. So Brenda is worried that she's going to get old and April will still be young. But guess what Steve says to Brenda? Stupid Steve says, he says that Christy Brinkley is 67 years old and she looks 30. Christy Brinkley is a star. She can get Botox here, Botox there. She got all kinds of stuff done to her and we won't know about it. So what are you talking about? Who gives a damn what Christy Brinkley looks like? Not everybody aged well. But guess what? Steve is older than Brenda, so he's going to be looking raggedy sooner than she will, hopefully. Yeah, Brenda is younger than Steve, so he's got to be the one worried about his age. He's 48 and she's 30. How old is she? She's in her late 30s, I think. When Steve said that his wife left, he never said if he married Brenda, but in the beginning she refers to him as her husband. So I'm assuming that they got married after the wife left. In her confessional, Brenda said that she does not feel a deep connection with April yet. My sinuses are bothering me. She doesn't feel a deep connection with April yet. Well, April is 21 years old. Brenda is 37, 38 years old or something like that. You're old enough to be her mother. She's actually a stranger who your husband wanted. So I'm pretty sure you have no connection with her, right? Anyway, the next scene is Steve and Brenda they're building a house from scratch. And they go to check on the house to see the progress of the house. And Steve said that last year they relocated from Dallas due to the corona. Steve said that he works in aerospace sales. Nice job. Whatever that is, sounds good. He got an opportunity to move out of the city, to move out of Dallas, I guess. Steve said that April does not know that they are building a house in order to house several wives. So they're keeping April, young, naive April, in the dark. She doesn't know that they're building this house, this nice big house, because he wants a harem of wives. She doesn't know this, so she doesn't know really what she's getting herself into, because she doesn't ask any questions, and he likes that. See that? He's full of crap. He's creepy. And I guess he's not going to tell her that he's building a house to house all these wives because he doesn't want to scare her off. So the next scene, Steve takes both Brenda and April to a winery. And it looks like they went shopping also because they all have shopping bags. But wait a minute here. Steve, do you have room for one more? Over here, Steve. I mean, he's doing all the things I like. He's got a new house. He's building from scratch. He's got a nice truck, a nice car, a boat. He's taking them shopping. They're going wine tasting. Steve, oh, over here, another wife. See how easily he can pull me in? But I also want to know, where's his kids? He had 2 kids with his first wife. He never once mentioned them. What happened to them? And how old are them? But this wine place that they're at looks really, really nice. They each have 4 different sets of wine in front of them, and it looks nice. It looks really, really nice. I would love to go to a place like that. But Steve is creepy. To me, he is creepy. But he does not show those girls a good time. I tell you that much. But this is how much of a deceiver he is. Because when they were looking at the unfinished house, Steve said that in order for them to progress in their relationship with April, both him and Brenda would have to have a strong connection with April, right? In order for them to move forward. And after that, after they all get a nice good threesome connection, then they'll start discussing sex, you know. But the producer know that Steve is a freaking liar. The producer interrupts Steve. He's telling this in the confessional, you know, when he said it in the house that well, Brenda said in the house, when they were looking at the house, she said that her and April doesn't have a strong connection yet. So now in this confessional, he's saying that after all three of them have a nice, good, tight connection, then they'll start discussing sex. That's the process. But the producers know he's lying. So the producer cuts him off and says to him and asks him, have you had sex with April yet? He can't lie because the producers know the answer. His wife is sitting next to him. She knows the answer. So he goes, yeah. So what the hell are you talking about? That, oh, we have to have all three have a nice tight connection before, and then we'll discuss sex before we start having sex. But you already had sex with the damn girl. Such a liar. And the producers just bust him out. So anyway, at the winery, all three of them go for a walk outside, and Steve wants alone time with April, so he sends Brenda back into the restaurant, and while him and April stand outside in the cold and make out. In the confessional, while Steve is sitting beside Brenda, he says that he loves April. And when he says that, a look of confusion comes across Brenda's face. She was like, but then she masked it real quick. She was like, and then she masked the look real quick. But I saw that, and the film guy or the camera guy zoomed in on her face when Steve says, I love April. They zoomed in on her face, and you saw that look, a look of confusion came over her face. I was like, oh my gosh, this girl she's about to be heartbroken. The same thing happened to the wife. It's the same damn thing that happened to the wife. That's why the wife left. Then Brenda said she wishes that she worries that Steve might fall out of love with her and may stop loving her. And when she said that, Steve gave her a look. He was like this. He gave her a guilty look. He was like this. Like, shit, how do you know I don't love you anymore? He gave her a guilty look. I was like, oh, Brenda, baby, get out of there. And I pray to God that you did not sign a prenup. Brenda is in trouble. So while Steve and April, they're outside of the winery, standing in the cold, making out, Brenda is sitting in the restaurant all by herself, looking lonely and rejected and looking pitiful. That is the end of my review. I will be back with another family in a few minutes. Princess on a Pillow here. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.